I'm Emily Bryan, and these are my HR team members. This is Allie Cashman, Kathy Cashman, Brendan Duson, and John Cashman here with us today. And today we're going to go through our case study about the Bowers Machine Parts Company. And our goal today is to find the solutions to the problem that we're having inside of the company and to increase our overall production levels. So first off in the case, just a reminder that Helen Bowers just took over the company from her dad. His name is Jake Bowers 3 years ago when he died, and the company's been having some problems, as y'all recall. So first we're going to discuss what problems that we have, if y'all can think of any. As I know there's a few within the company, but what are y'all's ideas on it?
It seems like, first of all, the young lady who inherited the business just didn't understand how her father implemented his plans for the business, how he dealt with the employees and how he dealt with production. And so I think that she needs to kind of go back and understand what he did and how he did it.
I also feel like she doesn't know how to communicate with each employee as well as her father did. And that's a very big issue because the employees aren't going to react the best way that they possibly can if she's reacting a negative way than he did.
Very true.
And I believe that she did understand how her father did it, and she thinks that if she does it a different way, she could improve it vastly. And unfortunately, she wasn't listening to her father's principle that worked, and now it's failing, and it's a major problem.
Okay, I agree with that too.
I don't think she's fit really to be running a business, or maybe she should just have more help on that spectrum. I think somebody else should be up there with her, helping her out running the business.
Okay, so out of all these problems we've discussed, what do we think is the biggest issue that we should tackle in order to find solutions to the problem?
I feel like a solution would definitely be getting some input from all the employees. Mm-hmm. I think she should personally talk to each one or talk to someone who's maybe below her and see how that person feels of how her behavior is with the company and kind of go off from there and see what they say.
Yeah, that's good.
I really think that the most important thing to do would probably be to have someone that felt powerful enough to sit down with her and say, this is not working, and somebody to really help her to understand in a kind fashion that what she's doing is not working and that she needs to start treating people in a different fashion to be successful. And maybe implement her father's way and bring that back, yes.
Yeah, I think she's trying to pin the problems with the company on the way her father ran it, but ideally, what she doesn't really realize is how she's handling it is making it worse.
Okay. So out of all the issues we've discussed, what do you think the biggest issue is? Helen, should we change her aspect, the way she runs the company, or the way she treats the employees? How are we do you think by figuring out a solution to the problem, are we going to raise the production levels with one of these solutions?
I think it seems like there's a bad attitude going on because of the way she's approaching this. Mm-hmm. And like some of my clients here said, she needs to find out from people who have been there for a long time how her daddy made the production levels go up and how he treated people to make them encouraged enough to do it and have increases in production. Okay. And sit down with them.
So you think have meetings?
Have meetings, discuss meetings, and see what actually worked when her father was alive.
I also bi-weekly, monthly, what type of criteria, what type of basis you think we should go on?
Well,
on how rushed it should be.
To initially attack this problem, I think she should have a meeting with the 4 most senior managers or 4 most senior people at the company who had something to do with running things, managers and so forth.
I also do understand, though, as a boss and a manager, that she is coming into this maybe trying to do her own thing with the company, not be in her father's shadow. Mm-hmm. But you don't fix something that doesn't need to be fixed.
True.
So if the company was doing great and how he was going off of it, and it's falling off, maybe it's, it might be her ego stopping her from doing the things that she needs to really do.
Okay.
So
I agree with that. We're at 4 minutes so far, so it's roughly 2 minutes left.
No, the only thing is, I think that really whoever the powers that be need to sit down with her to find out if she's even going to listen to any of this. Because if she's not willing to listen to these things, then it's a moot point, you know. So maybe because if she's not, like, again, I mean, did she hire you to figure this out, or who
I'm
hired
just on
you?
the back team of her. Like, she's the CEO, and we were this outside firm that's clearly they're having issues. They hired us
I got you.
to figure out how to handle this. Because I don't think, because she's a CEO, I don't know what higher power there is in the company besides.
Also, I feel like you can solve the solution by maybe some people tell her, like, hey, these are key points that we need as coworkers, and as if you really want us to follow you as a leader, you need to kind of start doing this, and that. And for a week, if she doesn't, have an attitude or anything like that, and she actually is willing to work with her employees to do it for a week, see how it goes, see how the different, attitudes change by.
That's smart.
By
Start
different
off
people.
small and then grow from there.
She really needs to get her ego and her bad feelings that she's had all these years as she was growing up about what she thought, and really be the boss and and get ideas from the guys and young ladies that have been running the company all these years. She really needs to kind of put herself on the side and listen.
Do you all suggest that we step in and say something to Helen that in order to tackle the situation, she needs to start having meetings? Because what do y'all think is the best way to get her to believe that she needs to start having these meetings? Like, should the managers approach her, or should we approach her as the outside firm telling her this problem?
Yeah, I think we should approach her. I think the outside
firm
should approach her, because she may have some ill feelings with the gentlemen and the ladies that have been there for all these years.
I definitely think maybe your company should go up to her and be like, hey, we obviously see something isn't working. We see people that are very unhappy. Something needs to change. If it doesn't happen, then there will be consequences.
And we want the best for you, and this is what we recommend.
And this is our
I also
suggestion.
think that the employees that are quitting, like the few that have worked here for 20 years or so, they once worked at a company that was successfully
That's right.
doing something right. So maybe once she gets over her ego, we can sit down with those employees and see if they would be willing to come back and see what was they were doing when the company was doing well to fix what is
That's a
going
really
wrong.
good idea. To show them how to fix it
Yes.
and what went wrong. Okay, so y'all think the best possible solution is to approach Helen, tell her that there is clearly some issues, and to bring back the old people and implement meetings with her main staff, start small, and then grow to a larger.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you all for coming, and we'll approach the problem from there. Thank you.
Thank you.